What a beautiful morning. Oh, 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 oh. What a beautiful day. Ain't it wonderful? Ain't it marvelous? That freedom has finally come my way. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, 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 oh. What a beautiful day. Ain't it wonderful?
The significance of Richard Allen to the freedom of Africans in America cannot be overstated. Mother Bethel began as an idea on that November day in 1787 with the words of the white Methodist trustee of the St. George Church, "You must get now," forcing him and the other blacks from the church gallery out into the Philadelphia streets. That slight will be the catalyst for a social and spiritual movement that will become the African Methodist Episcopal Church.
Freedom. What is freedom? Webster defines freedom as the absence of necessity, coercion, or constraint in choice or action, and of liberation from slavery or from the power of another. Noah Webster was a contemporary of mine, and the freedom to worship as one chooses, along with the other freedoms espoused within the Bill of Rights, is a bedrock upon which I built Mother Bethel, the first incorporated African American church in the nation, as a beacon of hope for the aspirations of Africans in America who yearned to be free.
The social and the spiritual are co-joined in Bethel, Hebrew for the house of the Lord, where structure was consecrated after the yellow fever epidemic decimated almost 1/10 of the Philadelphia population, where Richard Allen and Absalom Jones risked life and limb to bring aid and comfort to the sick and the dying. Black or white, all are the same in God's sight.
In my time, Mother Bethel Church was one of the few places in America where speaking out against slavery went unfettered. Ours, you see, is both a social as well as a spiritual mission. I used my Liberty Pulpit, as it was called, to lay bare the evils of slavery, to rally the populace toward abolition.
Allen wrote, "He who knows how bitter the cup of which the slave hath to drink, oh, how ought we to feel for those who yet remain in bondage." Richard Allen set the stage for the likes of Frederick Douglass, Garvey, Du Bois, Booker T, Adam Clayton Powell, Malcolm, Martin, Jesse, all those activists in the struggle for human and civil rights, who in their hearts knew that the destiny of Africans in America is one of struggle, but more importantly, of triumph. Allen would have agreed with Martin Luther King, who said, "Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase."
We have a story to tell for all generations. As I walk through these exhibits, I can see and remember the significance, the painful cost, and the impact of each of these small items. How tragic it would be if all of this were lost. There is such a wealth of material which cannot be displayed, which remains in the shadows, in bondage. "250 years later, I see the need for a technologically advanced facility where these treasures can be shared, where the story not only of the African Methodist Episcopal Church can be told, but the contributions made by African Americans from colonial times to the present. Expansion of the space allows for the expansion of ideas, concepts, demonstrations, where video vignettes may well provide the opportunity for the wisdom of the elders our African and American saga to be passed to your children and your children's children. How we survived, how we endured, how we prospered.
He later convinced his master that slavery was wrong, and his master drew up an agreement that they could purchase their freedom. And by the year of 1781, Richard Allen had raised $2,000 and was able to purchase his freedom.
Traditionally, the black church has been that beacon of hope, a rallying point for people of African descent. I can see this mission dawning ever more significant in this 23 years after Africans came to this land in chains, whose progeny now claim as their very own. To borrow a phrase, we must never forget. And this new center will provide an opportunity for learning, for self-discovery, and personal enrichment. Blacksmiths forged tools for construction on the anvil. The tools today are technology, computers, interactive experiences, the internet, video. The future smiths will use electronic anvils to research and design scholarly works to construct, enlighten, and inform the world. The Allen Center will provide this milieu for presenting the story.
On September the 15th, 1830, the first national convention of black Americans was held at Mother Bethel, which stands on the oldest continuously owned land by blacks in America. From that meeting came the American Society of Free Persons of Color to improve the lot of blacks in the United States. Allen was elected the organizer's president.
And the story goes on from there. It is such a rich history. Preserving the past helps those who come after to learn, to grow, to research, and value our history. We are called to maintain, protect, and secure these irreplaceable artifacts of national importance, a goal that can only be achieved with your help. Now the task falls to you through your financial commitment to continue what began over 200 years ago. I beseech you, I challenge you to take up this call to arms that will ensure that this legacy, this journey of spiritual uplift and social benefit is preserved, maintained, and allowed to continue on. One person can make a difference. That is our challenge, freedom's challenge. Richard Allen is the pioneer, a founder of the black experience in America. He deserves our praise, and we need the opportunity to tell his story to our children and to the world. Join us as we try and make his dream come true.
Richard Allen was born a slave in 1760 in the household of Benjamin Chew.
He converted to Christianity at 17, purchased his freedom by the age of 20.
He helped song for Washington's army during the Revolutionary War. He preached regularly at St. George Methodist Episcopal Church, spreading the gospel.
Richard Allen formed Free African Society in 1787 with Absalom Jones to provide aid and comfort to blacks.
He purchased plot where now stands Mother Bethel.
Organized blacks in Philadelphia in 1793 to care for yellow fever victims, white and black, saving the lives of many.